So even though Raw was a pretty decent show, there was this word thrown around by Triple H, epic. Riz on God. Triple H, WWE RAW is gonna be epic. Self-explanatory. So like I've said, the show was good, but epic? Well, my forehead is epic. My ego is quite epic. The size of my jumbo is... above average. The show was entertaining, but I wouldn't say epic. Feels like Triple H lied to me, people. Why are they doing this? Why would you hype up people like that and don't deliver the only thing you truly need to deliver? So, on one hand, you have the Masked Man, right? Who is he? We don't know. I do. It's Austin Theory. And right here we have epic. Epic Raw. Raw is gonna be epic. You kind of need to, you know... like, that's the only thing you really need to do to make people happy. Like, the reveal is kinda expected H. So now, during the entire show, I'm like, okay, that's cool, I like the show, give me the reveal, I'm ready, with arms wide open, hold me now! H said nope. Instead, we're starting the age-old story of, is everything really fine in the Judgment Day? It's no longer a crack in the Judgment Day anymore, people. The ass is just wide open. Spread, wide, open hole. I'm complaining about a good wrestling show, but it's kind of like you only had one job. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky kicked off the show. Welcome to Monday Night Rio. It's kind of smart, I hate it. They want revenge on the Kabuki Warriors, and they also won the women's tag team titles. We got Charlotte and Alexa instead. They claim they deserve the title match. Rhea says you already lost and you should get in line. Charlotte and Alexa challenge them to a match, and of course Io accepts. So now the match is, well, it was made official later on the show. It was the main event of the show. I appreciate the tag team division right now. It's very good, especially because of what happened later on the show. Like, it's really rich tag team division. For this kind of show, when you call the show epic, I don't feel like the main hook of the show should have been a tag team match, but that's just me. That's just me. I didn't necessarily care that much. Again, it's like, the show was decent. Why did he call it epic? What happened? Ivy Nile tells Adam Pearce she wants the Women's Intercontinental Championship match, and Adam mentions that Maxine is training with Natty right now. So we saw a video of Maxine training with Natty, which was way too overproduced in my opinion, but you know, I get the point. Maxine is now strong. She is going to make you believe she earned that championship, and now we're going to have competitors like Ivy Nile versus Maxine Dupree, which kinda makes sense. I mean, at the end of the day, you may believe, well, Becky shouldn't have lost the championship. That was kinda her job. She elevated the championship, the mid-card championship. Becky ain't a mid-carder, so now we leave this championship, elevated championship, built championship, you know? A big-ass championship to actual mid-carders. That makes sense. Appreciate that. Adam bumps into Paul Heyman and Bron Breaker. Heyman claims he's not guilty of anything, and I don't know what the mystery man is. But he's here to address Bron Breaker pinning CM Punk at Survivor Series. I get it, they're heels, but logically, does that actually mean anything when you pin a champion in a 5-on-5 War Games match? Does that actually mean anything? I'm not complaining. I'm not even complaining about the story. I'm just saying, does it actually mean anything? Still, since they talked about the mystery man, we saw Adam Pearce talking to referees, searching for the guy, you know, whoever it is, let me know, and not giving us the answer? Nothing? That is fucking wild. But then we got LA Knight versus Jey Uso. This match, people, this match was a test for us. Marks. You see, people, if LA Knight wins, I'm happy. I'm a happy, chubby boy. If LA Knight loses against Jey Uso, you know the story, right? If he loses, I'm gonna start drinking and start licking the back of my uncle's watch and pass out. I'm gonna take it to an extreme. If he loses, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'll just lay in Rikishi's armpit till I pass out. If you've been living under the rock, that's kind of the story. It's the IWC versus, well, another part of IWC, or just the WWE. You know, Jey Uso is getting these opportunities, and we're all questioning why is it not LA Knight. So we finally got this match. I'm like, are WWE that delusional, that crazy, that loco, that LA Knight is going to lose against Jey Uso. You know what, people? Surprisingly, the match was really good. I liked it. I don't know what it was about it. Both men actually get a lot of criticism from the fans for being terrible wrestlers, but this was actually pretty good. We got the Uso splash, but LA Knight still counters it with a pin and wins the match. LA Knight did it, people. Jey Uso completely lost his mind. He pushed the Prime stand. Okay, people, hear me out. Hear me out. If he does that instead every week, just pushes Prime, shits on it, pisses on it, spits on it, instead of yeeting, I'm gonna start liking Jey again. But after War Games, when he started yeeting in the middle of the match with the music, I don't know if I'll ever be able to forgive him. That was probably the worst shit I've seen in the past decade. That's how serious I'm taking this. So embarrassing, man. So bad. War Games, the most destructible match. We might die. That's how dangerous this match is. We might leave with broken limbs. We might not leave at all. Backstage, Jey Uso refuses to comment and says he's leaving the arena. He admits he's got too many voices in his head. And now he's stealing Randy's gimmick. Come on, we gotta cancel this guy. I'm joking, but I like Jey. Just, things he does. So people, it seems like they are teasing his heel turn again, which I don't think is going to happen, but again, his character is going to get even more serious. But I don't trust the WWE because, again, 1 week you're like, okay, he's finally developing a character. He's struggling with something. He's taking this shit seriously. The very next week, he's like, War Games, I might die. Yeet. Okay, look, people, Jey Uso fans, I'm exaggerating, don't be angry at me. I'm a crazy person. Don't be angry. I like Jey Uso too. It's just funny material. We got the Judgment Day. They mock the crowd. Dominic calls himself the greatest Mysterio, greatest luchador, and the greatest Intercontinental Champion ever. If you feel like this is the same promo you heard for like 3 years, well, that's because it was. This is a very bad promo. He thanks JD, Balor, Roxanne, Raquel, and then welcomes back Liv Morgan. So Liv Morgan returns, big pop, right? Everybody's excited. Dom got two most important things in his life back, the IC Championship and Liv Morgan. Liv fires back and claims that Judgment Day is weak, saying everything changes now that she's back. She declares Judgment Day runs Raw again, then slaps Dom in the face and jumps to, kiss him. Look, all this hype just to get this segment and say that Judgment Day runs Raw? Really? I'm sorry. I feel like I'm too negative. It's kind of crazy because I did enjoy the show for the most part. Like, the matches were really, really good. And, obviously, Bron Breaker's promo. But this was kind of like, who gives a shit? I believe what WWE might be doing is dragging this, and there's a big possibility Liv Morgan is actually acting, and she doesn't feel that way. What's gonna happen is basically that Liv Morgan is now playing mind games with Roxanne, Dominic, and eventually she's gonna turn on Dominic and say, I'm not stupid. I saw the picture you had of me, like I'm dead. I know that. I feel like that is a big possibility, she's just playing, and eventually she's gonna turn on Dominic, and Dominic is going to lose everything. Will that make much sense? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, we got the World Tag Team Championship match. AJ Lee versus The New Day. Can we call this team AJ Lee? It's AJ Styles plus Dragon Lee. AJ Lee. I'm a genius. I just probably told a joke everybody in the community already did. Pretty sure. But I did it better. Okay, so this was a very cool match. I really liked it. If that's the type of shit we're going to get, maybe the Raw Tag Team division is gonna come alive again, people. Not that I'm very hopeful. And people, one of the best Styles clashes I've ever seen in my life. Probably the best one. So obviously they retained the championships. Good stuff. I would personally love to see AJ Styles in a more important position since he's ending his career next year. But we might get that, Who's to tell they're not gonna break up in 2016? 26. 10 years, oh my god, I'm old. Liv versus Stephanie Vaquer tease. Pretty interesting. Now, I gotta tell you, I don't necessarily know if I agree with WWE's decision to bring Liv Morgan back as a heel. I really believe she would be one of the biggest babyfaces in the WWE right now. People miss her. She has a reason to turn on everybody. And they're gonna drag this shit. And they're gonna ruin it. People are not gonna care anymore. Do we see Liv Morgan beating Stephanie Vaquer? Pretty interesting. Okay, so we see Division, right? Paul Heyman gives a shout out to Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, Bronson Reed, Bron Breaker, and even Logan Paul. He says he sees Division with Logan Paul. So yes, people, Logan Paul is a legitimate member. How I wanna slap you in the face, some of you right now. I'm angry. I made a video, people said, well, you stupid Mark. He's just joining the team. As for War Games. Not the actual team, not the faction. Look at this shit now. Look at this shit now, people. In all seriousness, when they made their entrance, he wasn't introduced separately, you know. The announcer just said, the Vision. Yes. So Logan Paul is a member of the faction. I kinda like that, I guess. I mean, we're getting Austin Theory anyway. He hypes up Bron Breaker as the man who will beat CM Punk on Raw's Netflix anniversary episode. And Bron Breaker cut the best promo of his career. He's not mad about the interference at Survivor Series, but at how easy it was to pin Punk. He calls Punk soft and jokes Punk should worry about his wife being a bigger star than him. Bron promises to beat CM Punk and take everything from him. He told his story about how CM Punk talked to Bron Breaker about a promo or something like that, and he says, consider this promo cut. He calls himself the real best in the world, drops the mic, and leaves. It's all about the intensity, you just gotta watch that promo. You know, I'm not gonna do the barking and the energy, I can't repeat that. Even though me and Bron Breaker, we have the same physique, same talent, you know, I just can't cut the same promo. You know, I can't do the bark, woof, woof, woof. Can't do that. Good shit. So now we're getting this World Championship match. Unfortunately, no Theory, no Masked Man, nothing. But the World Championship match is happening, and part of me is like, yes, Bron Breaker is ready. He's legit. You know, some of you might look at him and say, well, he has a good body, he's young, he's good in the ring, but he's bland. Nope. That was a great promo. He's a total package. So in a way, will I be mad if he wins the championship? Absolutely not. On the other hand, as a big fan of CM Punk comer, I would be kinda, sad if he loses the championship already. I kinda expect a championship title reign. You know, I'll give you this though. I'm excited about Raw, which is pretty surprising. I'm excited about Raw because now it's going to be a championship match. CM Punk, Bron Breaker. Last time we got these two men in the ring, Austin Theory or whoever it was. Like I said, the best journalism I've seen on the internet is people comparing the Masked Man and Austin Theory. Like side by side, right? Split screen. Same ass. Must be Theory. Great journalism, guys. So who's to say he's not gonna do it again on Monday Night Raw? I swear to God, if we don't get that reveal next week, come on. Then we got Gunter versus Solo. Somehow a match that from the looks of it would put your grandma on a deathbed to sleep earlier. A match that had two heels. Somehow it was an absolute banger. Solo got some help but it backfired. His penis hurts now. Gunter wins the match and people, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it again. Bring back Gunter. Gunter. Bring back that shit. Bring it back. I don't care. This is good. But man, Clash in Paris, I think it was called. Clash at the Castle. When he made that entrance with his coat, Gonto, Delingele. Oh my god, final boss shit. Still thinking about that entrance every time I see Gunter. This is what we call aura. This is what we call aura, people. This is a bit too chill. I get it, I understand. I don't know how I feel about it. And of course now it's LA Knight versus Gunter, people. Winner faces John Cena. So it's kind of obvious Gunter is winning this match if it were me. For the sake of shock factor. For the sake of, Gunter and John Cena, they don't have a story. LA Knight and John Cena, they do have a story. We wanted to see this match. We never did. For whatever reason. But they teamed up. I feel like, right? He was a special guest. You get the idea, but we even got this passing of a torch kind of moment between the two. Why don't we have this match? At the end of the day, though, it's gonna be Gunter, and I'm not gonna be angry or anything. I like Gunter. It's just that everybody's screaming for that LA Knight push, for him to finally get something bigger than a mid-card championship, and him beating Cena would be a good start, right? We got a Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio segment backstage, some insults, and Logan Paul says, I'm gonna retire you, got slapped in the face. Felt kinda random in a way. Really random. Like, we've seen this rivalry before, years and years ago. Are we going to get it again? It's like Rey Mysterio came back and he's focused on teaching a lesson to brats who don't listen to their papi, who don't listen to Angie, who don't listen to Aliyah. I'm here to give you a spank to your title ass. It's like he's on a mission, to teach everybody, to raise a generation, which I kind of respect. And finally, we got Rhea and Io versus Alexa and Flair. So this is when I knew, okay, most likely we're not gonna get the reveal, and I feel like this is kinda underwhelming for the main event. The Kabukis interfered, so the match ended in DQ. We got Bayley and Lyra, the Judgment Day, and they dominated the ring. So Roxanne gave the title to Liv, the title she never lost, but Liv gave it back. And I feel like she's kinda acting, right? Like, she's way too friendly, she's way too cool with us, which kind of makes you believe she's full of shit. She's full of shit. I feel like that was kind of underwhelming. I don't know if it was bad, wasn't necessarily bad, it was okay, but was it necessarily epic? Was it epic? I don't think so. People, I feel like I got catfished by Triple H, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The Great One, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.